Welcome in to the latest edition of Extra Time. Gab bopping away, of course. Gab very happy because the Eagles won last night. Ali not so happy because the Cowboys lost. And that takes us to our first question, Gab. Is it time to centralize VAR similar to how NFL does it? Instead of a group of officials at every stadium, just have dedicated VAR refs in London looking at every game. By having same group of VAR refs make every decision should create consistency and accuracy in calls.
Well, first of all, the VAR officials aren't in the stadiums. They are in a central location near London for the Premier League, and it's like that for most European leagues. I think the question he's saying, if I can kind of rephrase it, is should we have just one group of officials ruling on everything in every game from a centralized location? I think the difficulty with that is that, in the Premier League, you might have 6-7 games going on at the same time, and then it becomes very difficult. Also, I think VAR officials are certainly called to look at, maybe they don't intervene as often, but they certainly look at many more situations than the replay officials do in the NFL. And I think thirdly, ultimately, the thing with VAR is that it's the referee on the pitch who makes the final decision, who is responsible. Hopefully, sometimes he has more personality than that Rob Jones guy at Stamford Bridge against Fulham last week. But it's important for that reason, I think, to have that direct relationship between the VAR and the referee to show that, I am the individual VAR, you are the referee, we are a team, rather than have sort of this centralized nucleus, which works for the NFL, but I don't think that would quite work for football.
Are we sure that Gab is okay?
Are you worried that he's being held somewhere?
Are we sure? Because when he was talking about Italy, he said Moldova instead of Estonia, and I was thinking maybe he's sending a hint as to where he's being kept. So blink twice if you're in Moldova.
Yeah.
Blink twice if you're in Moldova, Gab.
Gab, where are you?
I don't know, but I hear Chisinau is a lovely city this time of year.
Right.
I'm right here. I just got a new setup.
There we go.
I got to
How
set up
much is the
my
ransom?
background. Give me time. Come on, man.
Let's all very much move on.
You need another new settlement.
Are you guys concerned that these other top European leagues are seemingly becoming finishing schools for players so clubs can sell them to the Premier League for big money? I feel this is a good one for you, Gab.
Look, it's the same thing. It doesn't. How the sausage is made in terms of the money flows only concerns to me insofar as stability, the stability, the viability, the sustainability of the game. I would become concerned, I think most people would become concerned if we see a situation where Premier League teams just go and dominate in European leagues time and again, in European competitions, where they just flatten everybody and win everything. And then at that point, it becomes a problem if, Fulham's budget is bigger than that of Bayern Munich or Juventus or Real Madrid or whatever. But we're not there yet. We are not there yet. Results in the last few years show this. Yes, the Premier League is the best league in the world, and they sit atop the UEFA rankings. But guess what? They're not twice as good as number 2. So even though they have twice as much revenue as number 2, so I think that's when it becomes a concern. Otherwise, I think you can live with it. You have to be aware of the reasons behind it. In fact, I wrote a very interesting column on that very subject, which you can go and check out on the website. If you
There you go. You can go and check that out, Frank.
No.
Wow.
You can at least lie, Frank.
No. How are you, Frank? I don't have many questions for you, so I'll ask you how you are.
I'm fine. I just came back from Berlin. I went to work. And I really enjoy Berlin. I go there. I try to, as a tourist, the city better. So it's always a very good time.
We always discuss food. What do you make of the food in Germany? Are you a schnitzel fan? Sauerkraut?
No, I try. No. I know some good restaurants now that I go with some friends, and no, the food is good. It's a worldwide kind of food.
Right, so not German is
course,
what you're
not German.
Wow.
No, of course not. And it wouldn't be English. And it wouldn't be English. I think you guys have more skills on some other stuff than food. But we managed to have good food.
Oh, nice. Perfect. Gab, who would you give the Harry Potter Transfer Award to? A transfer so unlikely the agent needed to pull a rabbit out of a hat to get it done.
Okay, I was sent this question earlier. I did have time to prepare. My reason on this, it's not that the transfer itself is unlikely, it's the way it transpired. And I'm going to mention Yohan Wissa moving to Newcastle United. Again, not that weird that he should move, but everything about this move, from the fact that, he announced that he had a year left on his contract. He's 28, maybe even 29 years old now. And Newcastle made an initial offer that they thought was, right, this is a generous offer for a player his age who, with all due respect, is Yohan Wissa, 25 million. And Brentford say no. And then, he starts tantruming and saying he wants to move, he's not going to sign a new contract. And then it turns into a game of chicken, and it's a stare down. And then you've got Isak bubbling in the background. And then in the end, Newcastle come out, and I think in the end the announced fee was in excess of 55 million, which is just enormous. And I think if you're Brentford, you really pulled a Harry Potter situation here, because the guy could have just sat, you could have lost him on a free in a year, you stuck to your guns, you turned down that 25 million, which I think was a great price for Yohan Wissa, and now you got more than 2.5 times that. So well done.
There you are, Wissa from Gab. I'm going to throw João Felix in, as always, because I think it's quite incredible that he keeps still getting big moves considering what we've seen from him or not seen him lately.
Nicholas Jackson.
Yeah, Nico Jackson.
A long-term deal with Chelsea, and then it's like, well, he's run out of life at Chelsea. Where are you going to end up? Bayern Munich. What?
Well, Frank knows some nice restaurants in Germany.
Yes, absolutely, it does. Not the German one. Every other restaurant.
Not in Munich.
Every other restaurant.
Anyone you'd like to throw in, Stevie?
There was an almost Harry Potter, wasn't there? Raheem Sterling to West Ham.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it didn't happen, but...
Right, well, that's not really the question.
I just said it was almost.
Can I randomly throw a name here? David Mulugeta.
Oh.
He is the agent of Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons, star for the Cowboys.
NFL.
Okay.
Right. This man wasn't even in conversations with Jerry Jones, apparently, the owner of the Cowboys. Oh. And somehow they made a deal work out where his client is now getting paid $185 million, and the Cowboys are waiting on draft picks 2026 and 2027.
This feels personal, really, more than actually what we're talking about.
He's not happy, Cam.
No, there we are. Wow. Okay.
Hey, have they caught Jalen Hurts yet? Nah, from last night? They're still chasing him or what?
Ali, this is soccer. Calm down.
My bad.
It's all right.
You mentioned the Cowboys earlier.
You know how Newcastle.
It's all right. It's all right. Look, another question that's not for Frank. Stevie, would you like to ask first? And Stevie would like. Stevie, who do you think will be Liverpool's top scorer this season?
Ooh.
You have a bet.
Yeah, you got to go with Salah.
Whoa.
You have to go with Salah.
Really?
Yeah.
You got a bet with Shaka, obviously, that Ekitike will score more than João Pedro.
Yeah, and that was before they signed Isak.
The bet was still stands.
Well, I made it, so of course it stands. But
yeah,
at that particular time, I didn't think Isak was going to be signing.
That's an asterisk. Put an asterisk on it.
But I've committed, so I'm going to have to stick with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. But I'll go with Salah.
Salah. Who are you going to go for, Frank?
Well, we all know that the only one who's sure to play every game will be Mo Salah. The other, we don't know what's going to happen, between Gakpo, Isak, and Ekitike. You would have thought that Ekitike would have a chance to score many goals, but I know now, will he play, or will he be on the bench? Will he only play in the Cup League and substitute Isak? I don't know. I think it's I have to say the signing of Isaac was very strange for me when you see what Ekitike was capable of doing. But whatever, maybe it's a short-term thinking that I had comparing to what the Liverpool ball was capable of doing. But yeah, I'm with Stevie. I think I would go with Mo Salah.
Ali, what was worse, the Suarez spitting incident or the Jalen Carter spitting incident at the Eagles game last night? Of course, the first play.
Well,
I never saw that.
So it's the first play, isn't it?
Even before.
Yep. Jalen Carter, who is one of the big stars of the
right,
Eagles.
so defensively for the Eagles, and Gab can back me up on this, Jalen Carter is a difference maker for his team.
Yeah.
And so he decides to get close to the huddle of the Dallas Cowboys and have a very up close and personal conversation with Dak Prescott, and that evolve or devolve, however you want to look into it, into a big old loogie right onto the chest of Dak Prescott. Now, there's some video ahead of that where Dak Prescott is spitting towards the ground, but in the direction of Jalen Carter and looking at Jalen Carter. Apparently, that was an invitation for Jalen Carter to then come over and spit at Dak Prescott. So, Luis Suarez had at least played the game. Jalen Carter had not even played it down.
How long will he be banned for? We obviously discussed Suarez's...
I don't think the ban would be anywhere near what it should be for Luis Suarez, or what it will be for Luis Suarez, given the fact the amount of games that are played in MLS as compared to the amount of games that are played in the NFL. So it would be less. I don't even think that he's going to be banned. I don't think that exists. I don't think he's going to be banned for the spitting. He may be fined heavily, but I don't think he'll be banned. And the argument they will make is that he was already being banned in that he didn't play the game at all.
Wow. Gab, what do you make of it?
No, I agree. I mean, certainly the talk in Philadelphia Sports Radio today was about how he kind of already served a one-game ban by getting himself kicked out of the game. 10 seconds into it. I think to my knowledge, the Seattle Sounders staff guy didn't spit in Luis Suarez's general direction. So to me, that's the main difference. Obviously, like both those things, they're awful. In Suarez's case, all I can say is, well, at least he didn't go and bite anybody like the guy likes to do and has done many times in the past. So maybe Suarez is evolving from his previous state. Jalen Carter obviously needs to dial it down. And this is what I don't understand at all, right? So Dak Prescott, if you feel so disrespected by Dak Prescott because he spits on the ground in your general direction, kind of Evangelos Marinakis style, dude, you're a football player. Get after Dak Prescott. Stomp on Dak Prescott's head. Turn him into a little puddle of oil. You have so many chances to get even during the game in a legal way. There aren't many professions which allow you to do that. And you know you can do that because the Cowboys' offensive line stinks. They have three guys named Tyler, one worse than the other. You can get at him. But instead, by spitting on him, when all the cameras are out there, you let your team down. And it was frankly really, really embarrassing. And you know what? Honestly, it's not going to happen. But if he doesn't get a ban of another game, I think the Eagles should ban him for one game, just to say, we're not going to tolerate this. Hopefully not the Chiefs game. Hopefully ban him for a game against somebody bad. But still, really, really bad.
Philly Sports Radio continues after these messages. Frank, what do you make? Did you hear our Luis Suarez debate?
Yeah. I followed you guys at the beginning of the show, and I don't know that guy. I knew that guy had too much teeth, but I didn't know that he had too much saliva as well. And really,
he plays for Arsenal, doesn't he?
I don't know. I don't know what I have to think about that guy. That guy was a fantastic player. What he did for Barcelona and Liverpool was great, but you have to stop, man, being, that's stupid. I mean, biting people, spitting on people,
yes.
Come on, and after saying, I'm sorry, my family, I want to apologize. Shut up, stop doing that, at first sight, I don't know. Just think once, just before doing those stupid things.
Frank, you weren't in our Pochettino conversation. In case you missed this, Richard Pochettino did an interview on Spanish TV, forgot that it was basically going to be broadcast or it was going to get picked up in the US as well, because he was asked this question: what's expected of you in the US for the World Cup as the host nation? This is Mauricio Pochettino, the manager of the US men's national team's response. I can't score goals. I can't score goals myself, nor can I defend. Frank, what do you make of that?
Well, I want to think it's a joke. I think he wanted to, because he was speaking Spanish, maybe he thought it was nice to maybe tease the players or tease, the question in a way, but he never thought, that would be badly received by the audience, because the guy only says, there is nothing I can do. They are crap, and what can I do? That's what it is. That's what he says, And he has a short-term, things to do with the national team, and he's just saying, well, I'm going to be on the bench. I'm going to look at those players who are so bad, and there's nothing much I can do. So sorry about that, but you're going to get what you deserve. Thank you.
Okay, Stevie. Start, bench or drop. As a player, what's more frustrating during a match? A teammate having a shocker, your manager making bad decisions, or the referee losing control of the game?
Ooh, I think your manager making bad calls.
Right.
Everybody on the field at some stage has a shocker. And so we've all been there, so we all understand it. So, yeah, that would be the least of your worries. I think the manager making bad calls consistently drives you insane.
Have you experienced that?
Not really, but it would. I can't imagine. Can you imagine a substitution, right? You're desperate for a goal, and he does something like
bring on David James.
Yeah, brings on David James, score a goal.
Yes.
I mean that you just lose respect.
Yeah.
With every really poor decision, just another little bit disappears in the respect factor. The referees losing control of matches, that was a normal thing,
right?
To be quite honest, referees.
I don't think so.
Well, Frank, you want to see some of the guys.
How would you have it? What order are you having it?
Some of the guys I had, Frank. I mean, we knew exactly what they were going to be like.
The teammate having a shocker, I'm with Stevie. We are ready for that. That is not a problem. But I will put the referee losing control of the game as the most frustrating, because I imagine in '98 final that the referee makes a mistake, lose control of the game, and you lose 1-0 because of a referee mistake. That's not, for me,
final?
that's not part of the game.
What final are you talking about? FA Cup.
Well, it can be let's say the cup final at Wembley in '97, which whatever final you want, because I know what you are trying to do right now.
I was the one who I didn't bring it up.
Yeah, I know you. But I would have been resentful for the rest of my life, Gianluca made a mistake in the quarterfinal of the Champions League, Gianluca Vialli, when he substituted a player, and we lost that game. But it's part also of the game where the coach has suddenly something that he thinks is going to be good, and you cannot be resentful about that. You lose, but we lose together. And I never felt like, we should have won the Champions League if he didn't make that mistake. It's part of the game. It's
sounds like
part of you can feel bad. But you can be a little bit frustrated. But comparing to somebody who doesn't belong to your side, to your team, I think it's nothing much.
So Frank,
you have the deciding.
Hold on, Frank. So tell me how frustrated would you be then when you're playing a Super Cup final in Turin against the home side, and something's going to go wrong, and guess what? You lose the game because the referee dodgy decision, and it's going to happen. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying, in the 80s, it happened all the time. We knew referees were going to either do it on purpose or they would lose control. It wasn't unusual. That's why I'm saying the manager being so bad, for me, is more unusual, because the other one's going to happen.
Frustrating.
That's just the worst example of the Super Cup final.
I hear you, Stevie, but I think that overall, thinking that you lost the game because of a stupid decision from a ref is more frustrating than a substitution. You know, it's what I feel. I agree with you, or I accept your. We can accept to disagree. We can agree to disagree. But really, for me, a referee making a mistake is much more frustrating for me than anything else.
I think the frustrating part, and Stevie, I understand where you're coming from with this, is that the manager making a bad call is something that is under your control, right? The manager has that sort of power, and it is upon that person to make the correct call for your team. So the situation is under your control. A referee missing a call, you can't control that. That is the responsibility of the referee, and you learn to live with the bad calls. And while I understand that a bad call is incredibly frustrating, when you think of your most frustrating losses is self-inflicted wounds, self-inflicted mistakes, things that didn't need to happen. And a major mistake from a manager that affects the outcome of a game is something that it hangs on you for a long, long time.
That's it. Gab, International Weekend. What are you doing, mate? Anything exciting?
I'm going to start hanging some stuff up on the wall.
Wow, no, I like it like that.
And memorabilia, but I'll probably end up putting the company backdrop.
Ah, beautiful. What about you, Frank? What are you doing?
I'm in Paris and nothing much to do. No, nothing much to do. I'm
Get the kit on, walk
wait
around.
for Tuesday to see France playing Iceland. No. I'm ready. I'm starting rehearsing my new play on Monday, so I'm learning my line again.
So you say you're going to the France game?
No. No. Leave me alone.
No, I think that'd be nice. We can sort that out for you. Ekatike, your friend could get you some tickets. That is it. We are done. We, of course, will be here. Ooh, working.
Professionals.
Yeah. ESPN FC returns to your screens tomorrow then. Goodbye.